Hello and welcome to my trends presentation, Educational Technology Tools in the Emergent Bilingual Classroom. My name is Margaret Annan. I am a curriculum and instruction student with an emphasis on educational technology. This course is EDTC 8376 with Dr. Harriet Watkins. I hope you enjoy my presentation. This research presentation informs about educational technology trends best suited for emergent bilinguals students learning the English language. Within the educational sector, focusing on emergent bilingual students enrolled in 9th through 12th grade, as a technology director, I will explore EdTech trends that will benefit emergent bilingual students in their reading, writing, speaking, and understanding of the English language. Emergent bilingual students learning the English language and the educators teaching them will benefit from this educational technology trends research. Post-pandemic education technology trends are at the forefront and directly related to improving the emergent bilingual process of acquiring the English language, ensuring they exit the bilingual program before they graduate high school. Furthermore, best teaching practices and practical educational technology tools must be implemented within emergent bilingual classrooms to ensure emergent bilinguals stay in school, graduate on time, and are college and career ready. Incorporating online methods and motivational teaching in the ESL classroom will provide the necessary learning processes for these students to grow in speaking, reading, writing, and understanding English. Emerging bilingual high school students face a multitude of challenges. One of them is the urgency for these students in 9th through 12th grades to exit the bilingual program, which will label them as bilingual in both English and Spanish. And it also signifies they are ready for entrance into college, study a career of their choice, or enroll in the military. At Porter Early College High School, 1,844 students are registered and 806 are labeled emergent bilingual. It should be noted that Porter Early College High School has the highest EB population within the Brownsville Independent School District. Porter Early College High School probably has more emergent bilingual students because it is situated along the US Mexico border and only 7 blocks from one of the main bridge crossings. The trend that I propose is instead of the education system being a late adopter of technology, it must transition into a frontrunner. For example, students are sometimes savvier about technology than teachers. Therefore, teachers must undergo intense training and become versed in the same technology as students. Otherwise, we will need to catch up so that the education we provide them will prepare them for the real world. Incorporating more educational technology into the emergent bilinguals' 9th through 12th grades learning journey is necessary for their acquiring the English language while at the same time preparing them to be fully bilingual in both Spanish and English. Technology is changing rapidly, which puts the educational systems in a position that requires them to prepare educators and students for the future. Technology will serve emergent bilingual students to know and improve their English and can be another tool to acquire language proficiency in this second language. If an instructor does not know or is unfamiliar with the pedagogy technology trends, it isn't easy to provide students an edge in learning the language. If this is the case, instructors should attend professional development that offers hands on training. In addition, after this training, the instructor should visit the classroom and become a coach to other teachers, ensuring that the educational technology tools for learning and professional development are being implemented in the school for the well being of the students. Although educators preparing students at the ninth or 12th level know students' ability to use social platforms, students often need help understanding it. Instead, educators should learn how to use these platforms for student exploration in an educational technology setting. Educators often need to know how to use technology in the classroom. Still, they are afraid to use it, making it difficult to provide a quality and equitable education. Regarding field research, the source could be the classroom, and the teacher should record everything that goes on in the learning process so they can evaluate and make the necessary adjustments to their teaching to be better at their profession. In terms of current literature and trends, continuing with effective educational technology pedagogies within the Emergent Bilingual Classroom, Jones, Smith, and Durham in 2022 explained the use of technology to scaffold language instruction. The authors recommended using digital storytelling to provide the necessary scaffolding in the Emergent Bilingual Classroom. Jones et al. Write, quote, digital stories allow emerging bilinguals to leverage their previous knowledge and lived experiences. Students can use all their language as they plan their project and then present their stories in the target language. Both can increase the complexity of their language use and support linguistic development. End quote, page 3. Another perspective of translanguaging is presented by Hanson, Thomas, Stewart, Flint, and Dollar in 2021, who suggests that educators usually ignore emergent bilinguals' first language abilities. Moreover, educators need emergent bilinguals to acquire English rapidly to pass the EOC exams, complete coursework, and pass the TELPUS exam, which means exiting the bilingual program all before graduating. Hanson, Thomas et al. State, quote, translanguaging refers to the process of meaning making using all of one's linguistic resources, end quote, page 152. For example, within the classroom setting, a monolingual English speaking teacher utilizes a translanguaging pedagogy through which emerging bilingual high school students learn English successfully. Two English 2 teachers at my campus are classified as monolinguals who engage in translanguaging to facilitate class discussion utilizing technology about understanding English literature that brings about emergent bilingual success in their classroom. These teachers take the emergent bilingual and regular students twice a week to a computer lab where students use technology such as Summit K-12, Quizlet, Flipgrid, and Nearpod, which will enhance their learning. Although the two English 2 teachers are monolingual, they are willing to engage in student academic success by becoming equal participants in the educational enterprise. The research process of investigating educational technology trends best suited for emergent bilingual students learning the English language began with the method described by Grande in 2017. Quote, when you want to scan your environment for change, you need to be able to direct your gaze beyond the usual. You need to start observing in ways you never did before. Looking sideways is needed to avoid looking in just one direction. End quote, page 64. Having taught emergent bilingual students before, I understood their needs and the skills needed to succeed in the classroom. However, after analyzing the district and campus emergent bilingual student data, I knew if I wanted to understand the issue behind the numbers, I had to make time for intentional conversations. In looking sideways to make a positive change for the emergent bilingual students, I sat down with English 1 and English 2 teachers to find out what they thought about educational technology integration into the classroom setting, how they were and were not using it, how the students were using it, and if, in their eyes, it made a positive impact on the students' education. By talking with the English 1 and English 2 teachers, I came to a new understanding of what needs to be done to make real progress and have a lasting positive outcome for educators and students. As stated before, the EdTech tools implemented in the Emergent Bilingual Classroom are the Summit K-12, Google Classroom, Quizlet, Flipgrid, and Nearpod. Within the regular classroom setting, cooperative grouping is instituted. Our main objective is for emergent bilinguals to pass the end of course exams, complete coursework, and pass the PASL exam. Since the above EdTech tools are district initiatives, they are no cost to the individual campuses. In contemplating about the EdTech tools, I recommend that districts encourage educators to include educational technology best practices within the classroom. This will create a new collaboration between educators and students, promoting a change mindset and a positive learning attitude. Through collaboration between educator and student, the culture and climate of the classroom will be one of sharing ideas and supporting others. The following authors, Ramaz, Javid, Karim, and Mohibin, 2023, explain in detail the benefits of having an enriching and supportive environment within the classroom. Quote, by recognizing the long term benefits of prioritizing enjoyment in the learning process, educational institutions can work towards creating environments that foster intrinsic motivation, engagement, and language acquisition success for the ESL learners. End quote. Page 236. And the positive benefits of having such a classroom, as described in the quote, will reach beyond the school and into the community. When students learn to have an open mind and work together to make a positive unit, they will go into the workforce better prepared to work with others. The proposed timeline of the investigation and research includes pre and post pandemic, the 2022 to 2023 versus the 2023 to 2024 school years, the English 1 and English 2 teachers. In terms of the pre and post pandemic, the Summit K-12 program was not used until the post pandemic. In the 2022 2023 school year, the Summit K-12 technology was used only on a limited frame, and during the 2023 to 2024 school year, the Summit K-12 technology is being available for students on pull-out days on Fridays for them to practice and get prepared to pass the TOEFL exam. Both the English 1 and English 2 teachers are using the Summit K-12 platform in hopes that by instituting it in the English 1 and English 2 classrooms, the students will be able to make adequate progress and able to exit the bilingual program. In summary, the proposed trend aims to investigate educational technology trends best suited for emergent bilingual students learning the English language. Within the educational sector, focusing on EB students enrolled in 9th through 12th grade, I explored educational technology or ED tech trends that will benefit emergent bilingual students reading, writing, speaking, and understanding of the English language. Emergent bilingual students learning the English language and the educators teaching them benefited from this educational technology trends research. Post pandemic educational technology trends are at the forefront and directly related to improving the emergent bilingual process of acquiring the English language, ensuring they exit the bilingual program before they graduate high school. Within this research, I want to motivate and challenge emergent bilingual students in their learning process, and by studying the trend, I would like to impact their attitudes towards learning English. At the same time, educators will actively close the academic gap by positively improving students' educational experiences and expanding their educational technology knowledge. During 2021 to 2022 school year, the Brownsville Independent School District purchased and initiated the use of the educational technology platform Summit K-12. This technology trend is specifically suited to adapt supplemental instruction for emergent bilingual students in their pursuit of passing the TELPAS exam. At Porter Early College High School, students began using Summit K-12 in a limited way. In 2023 through 2024, the English 1 and English 2 teachers began using this educational trend weekly for their emergent bilingual population. Providing emergent bilingual students with the use of this technology will provide them with the same kind of language situations they will find on the TELPAS exam. As they are successful with these online activities, they will increase their chances of passing this exam while at the same time increasing their self esteem. By implementing this technology trend, the Brownsville ISD communicates to the students and their parents that their academic success is essential to them. Together, students, the school district, and the campus realize the purpose of the vision and mission of being technology prepared and future ready for a continuously changing and demanding workforce. At the center of careers and the crew is the trend to be fully versed in using and applying technology at all levels. Schools must expose students to the latest technology trends to prepare them for better for the future. Here's a list of the references I used for the study, and these are other references I used for the study. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. This is my contact information, and I am also found on LinkedIn to continue the conversation. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.